Tagline.
You need a tagline?
Yeah, because we're not doing it live anymore.
No, it's fucked, dude. What the fuck am I going to say? It's going to blow my whole fucking routine up. We'll do it, and we'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll
pre-recorded. We'll do it. We'll do it in post. I sure hope nobody's watching this. So
We're doing it.
Let's take a few seconds and fucking write down a few topics to talk about, just so we don't look like complete fucking idiots when we're going live.
This is going to be included.
This is going to be included. Oh, fuck yeah. I want all this amazing witty banner. This fucking table sucks, though. This is the problem, because this is going to have to fucking...
I know. I wish we could take these legs
I wish we
out.
could fucking connect them together, because this really fucks my leg space up.
Just move them. I don't know.
Let me. I looked at some shit on the Jiu-Jitsu Times.
IKEA could have done a better job.
So yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Let's just go. I don't want to forget everything. That was a problem. So anyway, how have you been? Let's talk about our sponsors first. We got our sponsors list anyway?
Yep. We have no judges needed.
No judges needed.
Listen, folks.
I'm
looking at you.
I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. If you guys could see the amazing setup that I see in front of me, right? I can't wait to see how cool this is going to look. I can't wait to see this. Seriously, you know how inflated my ego is going to be after this. No one's going to be able to talk to me.
Oh my god!
No one's going to. I'm going to have a 4K freaking high quality video image of me to roll around.
We hope
anyway. I got faith in you, Sonny.
NoJudgesNeeded.com.
Sonny and all his cool little fucking toys. I'm dropping the big money. NoJudgesNeeded.com. Go to.
Gym, motherfucker.
I'm on it. It's in the process. I know. I see you with all your shit, man. This is fucking contagious now. No judges needed. Troy Regano. Go get your apparel there for what is it? OMGH 25, or is it?
OMGH is for the first time you buy something there.
OMGH for the
with that promo code.
Right. You get 25% off.
Once you've used our promo code, it's a one-time shot. That's it. You get 25% off. After that, you got to use OMGH10, which will get you $10 off of spats, shorts, and rash guards.
Absolutely.
Which is dope, because if you buy
it's a pretty good discount.
Three or four pairs, I mean, you save $30-$40.
And that's a pretty cool product line, man. Great stuff. Jiu-Jitsu owned and operated corporation, and Troy Regano is probably like one of my fucking best friends in the world.
Troy's he's an old man grappling guy.
Troy's the man. Troy's a bitch. He's a bitch to roll with, man. He's really fucking. You ever roll with Troy?
I thought you meant like he was a bitch.
He is a mean old bitch, but that's something else. Have you ever rolled with Troy before?
I don't think I've had the pleasure.
He is a mean old bitch to roll with.
Man,
he's a mean old bitch.
It kind of shows you how big our network is.
Yeah, exactly.
There are guys that I've known for years that I have not rolled
I've literally I've rolled with Bamboo once when I was a purple belt, and that was about 4 years ago at Robbie's gym. I just rolled with him for the second time like 2 weeks ago.
Really?
He was back training again, and it was awesome. Bamboo's fucking awesome.
Oh, Bamboo's amazing.
Super cool.
He's one of those guys that can snatch a guillotine with one arm out of nowhere.
The 5 finger. He got it on his mouthpiece. He just have it on his mouthpiece.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mouthpiece had 5 finger on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got a good leg lock game too, man. He was fun to roll with, and he's cool because like. A lot of times, particularly in our network, when you're rolling with high-level guys, they go at a very high pace. You know what I mean? Everything's tough. Everything's hard. Our system tends to be more...
With a couple exceptions, and I think you're talking about Bamboo, and you know who else is like that? No,
but Bamboo's super cool. The point I'm making is that Bamboo is not that guy. You can have a very high-paced and technically oriented roll with Bamboo without feeling like you have to win the ADCC or something like that when you get done. He's really cool to roll with.
Well, who's got a great flow, but with pressure, good pressure, is Gabe Maldonado.
Yeah, Gabe's another one. Gabe's great, man.
Yeah.
Great. Gabe's a dude, man. When you roll with Gabe, man, he just does everything fucking perfect, man. He's such a technician in his ability, and it's in everything he does. And he doesn't do anything that's completely insane. It's all very technically very easy old school jiu-jitsu, and he does it really fucking good, man.
I got a guy at my gym who's about Gabe's weight, and he's a brown belt. I'd love to see those two go at it just for my own entertainment.
Right.
you know?
Some guys that you just kind of know, oh wow, that would be such a cool role to watch. So let's just keep on with these
Sponsors, yes. Where were we?
Where were we? No Judges Needed. NoJudgesNeeded.com. Go see Troy Regano. Get on the website. Go buy some stuff from No Judges Needed. OMGH and OMGH10. Next.
OTB Delight. Only
the best deliveries.
Only the best delivery.com.
Right. They
Oh
are
my God.
amazing. Food prep service. Dearson, another jiu-jitsu blue belt, owned and operated business. Jin Clanton, another blue belt. I think Ben Zapata's up there with them. They do a lot of their.
It's Ben joined the team?
I think so. Yeah. He's him and Jin are living together, so I imagine that they work together in that thing too.
Gotcha.
But food prep delivery service. Very good food, very well made, very well prepared, very healthy food for you. If you're not eating clean,
that's for the Tampa area.
For the Tampa area. If you're not eating clean, you're not doing yourself right. All right.
And that's
Shout out Professor Cool again, just because he's super cool.
Yeah, Professor Cool.
Professor
We'll
Cool.
give some
We
love.
don't have his phone number in front of us, but just check him out at professorcool.com.
Professor-cool.com.
He's super dope. All your air conditioning needs in the Tampa Bay area, greater Tampa Bay area.
I gotta say though, I understand why he did 3 months with us and then decided to drop off because it's
It is.
cooler out now.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's
I noticed that I go outside and I'm not a frying pan. immediately.
seasonal based marketing.
We have
That's
some
best.
days down here, bro, where it's like you could literally fry an egg on somebody's neck.
Crazy hot.
Like I feel like my neck.
See, I was in San Diego last week, and it was hot. Like temperature-wise, it was hot.
Yeah.
And it was actually, there was a few days when it was really hot outside. Like I felt it, and I kept saying, oh, I'm from Florida. It ain't the same. Like there was a few days like, wow, this shit's fucking hot. But like the humidity isn't the same. There's like, it's super hot, but there's like a breeze blowing through, and it's dry heat, and it's like, yeah, you can feel the sun cooking you. But dude, like we went out and walked around outside and looked at the frickin' the air for the carrier and the frickin' like pirate ship down there in the bay, and like it was fine. Like we could have done that all day long. Like you can't do that in Tampa. You can't go walk around in the middle of friggin' August in Tampa. You sweat to death.
Although I do it sometimes.
just to push yourself.
No. My photography stuff. I'm out there walking around with 50 pounds worth of gear on my back, and
That drone's amazing. The new promo clip for the frickin' that thing is badass. That came out funny as shit. That was pretty badass.
In a world with an increasingly complex jiu-jitsu landscape, these two complete fucking morons are here to break things down and give you their unsolicited opinions in the most offensive way possible. We're talking about the Old Man Grappling Hour. Tune in and listen, and we'll have you wondering where that hour just went.
Lots of new tools and lots of new toys for us to work with you guys with.
that's right, because we are all about entertaining you.
You, of course. This has
You people.
nothing to do with our own entertainment value.
Yes.
We do it all for you guys. And my mom.
This is
She's probably
definitely a
watching.
labor of love.
Even though we're not recording live, I guarantee you there's somehow in there my mother figured out a way to watch this. she's still watching right now at the house.
You wanted to go live on the gram. We could always.
Oh, I forgot about that. Nah, fuck it now. It's too late. I'm not going to fucking
Yeah,
say
it's
it.
never too late.
Yeah, but we don't have you have an iPad or the platform or the tripod.
Yeah,
or
that's right, the
fuck it.
tripod. Fuck
Next
it.
time we do.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. So cool. Let's talk about the ins and outs of the jiu-jitsu world this week.
Man, I got to tell you. So my student were there. Well, you were there.
I was there.
What was the name of the event?
Ultimate Mat Warriors.
Ultimate Mat Warriors in what? In San Diego.
San Diego, right?
Where
it
you
was
just went.
Boogie Martinez's competition. So
Okay.
shout out to Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie's a great guy.
Fucking awesome. I almost died when I trained at his pro training, though. I swear to you, it was horrible.
Oh, really?
One of the hardest training sessions I've ever been in my life.
Really? What do they do differently?
I did it last year, and I forgot how much it sucked last year because it was a year ago.
What do they do differently?
So it's They start off doing EBI drills at a minute each. So you get a partner, right? Me and you are a partner. And the first drill is back drill. So I go for a minute, then you go for a minute, then you get 30 seconds to find a new partner. Then the next drill is arm bars. So I go for a minute, you go for a minute, then you get 30 seconds to find a new partner. Then the next drill after that, you start from like butterfly guard with the knee stolen, and I go and you go and fucking for a minute, and then 30 seconds to find a new partner. So they do that for fucking 45 minutes straight. I think it's a 30 minutes straight or some shit like that.
Really?
Which in itself is pretty difficult. But when you walk into the room, he says competition training, and his gym is a big garage that's been, refabbed into a gym facility, just like a lot of CrossFit gyms are and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So the first thing he does, and it's San Diego in the middle of fucking September, so it's still 85 degrees outside. So he closes all the doors to the damn gym, and he's got 60 people in a class because his gym is huge. So you start doing this for 30 minutes, and literally like 5 minutes into it, 10 minutes into it, you're just covered in sweat. So you do that. And then we paired up for 5-minute rolls for another, 5 or 6 rolls after that, and I thought I was going to die. And the only thing Boogie says in the beginning of it, he says, this is competition class. The only thing you can't do is quit. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm fucking totally high right now because I'm on vacation in San Diego. Like, I came because I love Boogie, and I'm like, I want to come hang out with Boogie and see Boogie and shit like that.
I would have been like, I have a question about that.
Sonny, I can't tell you how many different times I thought I was having a heat stroke. Literally, I thought when I finished, and I never do this. When I finished, like, I walked out and like literally took everything off. I'm walking around in just shorts with no shoes, like just standing there looking at like kids walking by, people walking by, and they're kind of staring at me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I feel like I'm gonna die right now if I don't cool down some.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, it was Boogie's show in San Diego, the Ultimate Mat Warriors, and Werther did good, man.
Yeah, Werther. So Werther went up against this guy Kevin Crane. More on him in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get back to that fucker.
Werther went up against Kevin Crane and was the only person to lose against Kevin who didn't get submitted by him in regulation. And as a matter of fact, there was no submission in the match at all. Werther just lost by.
Well, he did have Werther in a super deep guillotine. But Werther ain't gonna top, man.
Werther's no bitch.
Yeah, he ain't tapping his shit, man.
So, what the hell was I thinking? Or was I? Oh yeah. So anyway, he lost by quickest escape.
Right.
And Werther went into the tournament light.
Yeah, he only weighed when he weighed in at 74 or something like that. And this kid, I bet he cut down from 205.
It was 185.
185. I bet this kid cut down from 200 to 205. He was huge.
Oh yeah,
huge.
He was huge.
He was at least 195.
Do we know how old Kevin Crane is?
No, I don't exactly, but I'm guessing after my talk with Boogie about his kind of background and things like that, I'm guessing mid-20s. Boogie said he knew him from a kid when he was coming up and stuff like that. So
mid-20s.
Thinking about that, yeah.
Because his hairline looks like he's in his mid-40s. I mean,
that was a good one.
You do the math. But I think he might be hitting the acai a little hard.
I will tell you this, that after Werther's performance, people were talking about him. So that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because as I was walking, I was out there on his coaching forum on the sideline and stuff like that, and people were coming up to me as if I was his coach and saying things like, man, that guy's amazing. He's super good. He did a great job. And of course I said, well, he learned everything he knows from Sonny Parlin. But as soon as I made sure to make that distinction, I said, he's super tough, super exciting fighter. He's been on some pretty big cards, and he's got a lot of competition crap behind him, and he's a gamer, blah, 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 blah. But there were definitely people that were talking about how tough he was and how good he did against that very tough dude, because people know that kid in the area. And he was obviously seated very low. You know what I mean? So this kid was, they gave him the killer first.
Right. Thinking it was going to be an easy fight.
Right.
And you saw him getting frustrated in his match with Werther.
Yeah.
Literally, because he just could not find a way to submit him.
No.
And,
he had a couple of super deep submissions on him. Super deep as well.
know, it's like, hey man, Werther's 174-pound purple belt, and you couldn't submit him.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe you need to go back to the drawing board. I know you submitted a couple of dummies. I don't know if they were any good.
Sunny part.
I'm just saying.
KeepingItReal.com.
I'm just saying.
more,
you know.
more about that in a minute. I think there's gonna be some bullseyes drawn out tonight. Sonny's got a few good rounds in him. I was only fucking with you on the couch. I really want you to go crazy. Burn all them fucking bridges down. People love my ass, Sonny. I'll build them back up again. I got a way about me. People love me. That motherfucker Kevin, he's crazy.
It's just that the guy had some attitude, man. When he came out with this finals match against Dan Martinez.
Oh, he's a dick. No, fuck
I don't know
that
if you
kid.
saw.
Fuck that kid.
I don't know if you saw this or not, but he went up to the belt and shined it, gave it a little polish.
I didn't see that. But other than that,
well, hold on. Let me just finish this real quick. He went up to the belt and gave it a little polish, like he was going to be taking it home with him.
Yeah.
And you know, granted that maybe they don't know Dan out in
sunny San Diego,
in California,
the West Coast,
and who was the girl who was commentating? She was. Sharp.
I didn't know anything about it in the comment. I knew Ralph because I've known him from before,
right?
But I didn't know who the other girl was.
She was real sharp.
Yeah,
she was real sharp. And she gave some great commentary, but it was funny because they were talking like, well, I don't know anything about this guy, but this guy here, you could tell who they.
Well, it's a regional market, so
right.
it's sometimes you'd like for them to do a little more research,
right?
When I was watching my match, I felt that happens all the time, man. When I was in Fight to Win, you're in Miami,
right?
So like everybody, they're always going to talk about your opponent, and even if they try not to be, there are some instances where they're going to be biased towards him in their officiating and their praise and whatnot. It doesn't affect the match, but it's irritating to watch sometimes when they're obviously favoring somebody else.
Let's just say I'll bet they know who he is now.
Fuck yeah, Dan's amazing. Dan's fucking awesome. Dan's fucking awesome, man. He beat fucking Kyle Chambers. Kyle Chambers is fucking good, man.
Dude, Dan is one of the highest level grapplers that hasn't been invited to ADCC.
We'll get back to that too. I'll make sure you write that fucking down because I don't want to forget about talking about that.
Yeah, man. It's like, dude, this kid, it's like, there's just some guys out in the world that just don't self-promote. They're not about that. Like, Dan is let's just face it. Dan's a kid in his 20s who likes to play with his fucking iguana.
He likes to do a few other things too.
Yeah. He's busy meeting the ladies.
Yeah.
Right. I'm guessing.
Right.
Or he's on Grindr. I don't know what he's doing.
Definitely Grindr. We had to take his phone away in San Diego. Jesus Christ, yeah. How much dick do you really need? But
so he's not some guy who self-promotes. So not a lot of people are going to know his name. He's not one of these guys that's out there calling out names.
But what he is slowly becoming is a guy that doesn't have to self-promote because you have to know who the fuck he is.
Right. He's starting to beat people now, and
which is refreshing and cool to see sometimes in action, because a lot of times, whatever, I'm just being honest with things. Maybe I'm jaded, maybe I'm angered myself, but a lot of times people tend to be able to put, particularly in today's world, because marketing is so big now with Instagram and all this other shit like that, people are beginning to put the horse before the cart. In terms of like, well, I haven't really done shit yet, but I know how to market myself, so I can go out there and push myself as a product.
Oh, for sure. There's a good bit of that.
And whatever. There's some. You know who the fuck you are. But it's refreshing to see someone that just went out there and fucking said, I don't need all this bullshit. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna make a name myself on the mat, and here I am. And Dan's getting there. Hopefully he can fucking get those fucking Instagram followers out, because that's part of what happens. You gotta get that fucking face out there.
Yeah, you gotta be. I mean, that's the thing now. It's not just it's becoming entertainment. Yeah. And when it starts to turn into entertainment, it's no longer about who's the best. It's about who sells the most.
Right. And that's kind of what we can start kind of parlay that into some of the talks about the ADCC. Don't forget about the battery on the camera, too. Do you have a timer on that?
It'll let me know.
It'll let you know when it goes out. All right,
it'll let me know.
FYI.
I don't know if you see the red dot.
No, I don't. But I'm just wanted to just give you. I don't want to fucking sit here and.
I should actually look at the camera every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that what you told me? Look at it like it's the
Yeah.
person you're talking to.
Yeah.
But you're the person I'm talking
Yeah,
to.
you're the person I'm
Fuck
talking
them.
to.
I don't want to talk to you.
They can just
I wanna-
watch us talk.
I want to look in your dreamy eyes. But so when we talk about the growing popularity of jiu-jitsu as a professional sport and its necessity for marketing, we can start talking about ADCC invites. And again, I don't have a horse in the game, and I do kind of with someone that will shall remain nameless. Fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. He asked me not to, but I don't give a fuck. He kind of got fucked over. Dan Martinez, we were just talking about him. So the ADCC invites, in my opinion, and I should probably go back and do more research onto this and find out exactly what the ADC invites were like in the past, because I don't have a very good frame of reference on that.
I think that's changed.
I think it's changed.
And it's funny. I've seen screenshots of texts from people very high up in ADCC, who I will not name,
Right.
to athletes, basically telling them that the criteria is there is no criteria. And I think what they're looking for now are exciting grapplers,
Yeah.
people that will put asses in seats. So I think just like everyone else, they want to
Here's what I'll say about that. There's two ways you can look at that.
drink this
Yeah, no,
non-alcoholic beer.
exactly, because you can't drink anymore. Your pancreatitis having, motherfucker. So it's hard. Why would I even say that? That was just mean. So here's what I'm gonna say about that. So for better or for worse, the ADCC going down that route of just making these things exciting and or building viewership or building markability by picking their fighters. There's pros and cons to that. Yes, we are at a point right now in jiu-jitsu where we are screaming to try to make life entertaining. We're trying to make these things become larger than just competitions, but actual, events, things that people talk about, remember, leave impressions and shit like that. So I can understand that. The ADCC this year is going to be bigger than it's ever been before. But there's a certain point of, does that now in turn start to mess with the integrity of what the ADCC represents? Because now instead of going after people that should be in the ADCC because they've proved themselves in that format, i.e. doing well in the ADCC or even competing in the ADCC, finishing as the alternate, now you're just going after guys that, have notoriety or have done well on other avenues because you need to fill that slot.
Maybe they could just make it so it's only the trials winners that compete.
Well, no,
and make it so that these big name guys, have to keep earning their way back.
I used to be behind James. I used to be behind Brosco getting an invite. Now I kind of feel like he doesn't deserve it. Back and forth. I feel he deserves it on merit, but I also feel like they could have been cooler with him. Like they feel like they were kind of a little less acrimonious. Is that the way to put that? Than they should have been.
I don't know. I only went to the 5th grade. My dad went to the 6th. You're not allowed to pass your father in my family. So,
but a real good example of this is our buddy Dan Martinez. So I'll tell you Dan Martinez's story, and whatever. And again, so here's the other side of that. Here's the caveat to the whole fucking thing. Like, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. They're not binded by
ADCC.
And more than that, like fucking Mo Jessup and the Sheik are the one that pay for the whole goddamn thing.
Right.
So like, what the fuck they want to do? It's their fucking show. You know what I mean? They're paying fucking bills. And I believe to a certain extent in the past that was also the case. Like, just fucking do what he fucking wants to do. It's his fucking show. He wants to watch the best grapplers in the world because he was doing this shit and paying big money when, like, no way in hell he's making money off of it. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He just fucking wanted to see jiu-jitsu. He's a fucking billionaire, so what the fuck, why not?
Right.
So Dan Martinez is a perfect example because I just watched a video that Seth Daniels put up that listed criteria for ADCC membership, and one of them was winning the trials. One of them was, being an exciting grappler. The second one was like doing well in the trials, and then the third one was just, whatever the fuck it was, whatever the fucking 5 things were. So I watched that and I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, like those are reasons and those are steps of rationale that these guys can use in their final decision making process but their decision is basically going to be their own. And the way I come to that is this. So Dan Martinez was the alternate in the East Coast trials. So he won second place in the East Coast trials, lost by like a fucking negative takedown in overtime because he pulled guard or some shit like that against Alec Baldwin. You know, he had a great fucking tournament.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I know. Alec
Are you
Baldwin.
talking about Mini DJ Jackson?
Mini DJ Jackson, right? Alec Baldwin, who looks like Mini DJ Jackson. So he won second place in the trials, did really well, and like when you win the second place in the trials, they tell you, "Hey, be ready because you're the alternate." You know, that's what they tell you when you win second place. And like historically, that's the way it's been forever. So they were going to give him an invite before he was in the talks for invite for somebody else who dropped out. And I can remember who it was. He didn't get that. So the second time, Gilbert Burns dropped out, and they hit Dan up, and they're like, "Hey, Dan, whatever. You might be in this, you might not be in that. Blah 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 blah. Let's see what's going on and shit like that." And like fucking like a couple days later, like that kid, this brown belt. I forget his name. I don't remember his damn name. I'll look it up, but I forget his name. Duarte, I think it is. But he's the guy that he was on Kasai. He lost all his matches on Kasai. He just won the PAMs, a Brazilian brown belt. So they give this kid the invite over Dan Martinez. And the point I'm trying to make is, maybe this kid is exciting right now. Maybe this kid's got, 30,000 fucking Instagram followers. Maybe he was on a big stage and did well and performed on a big stage. And maybe he's better than Dan Martinez. Who gives a shit? The point of the matter is Dan Martinez proved himself based upon the criteria that you guys represented on a big stage, on the ADCC, finished as the alternate, and still got the snub.
Yeah.
I was very upset by that.
Like I said, I've seen communications that say there is no criteria.
Right. And again, so like, this is all falling on deaf ears, and I'm a big boy. I'm cool with it, and so it is what it is. They're fucking mad. They're a fucking thing. They do whatever the fuck they want to do. But it's just, it's when you talk about things like that, you talk about what the ADCC has always represented, and I think about how it's kind of not really the same thing anymore if you're not following that criteria. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to throw fucking something and call it the greatest grapplers in the world, just fucking go pick wherever the fuck you want. Why even have a tryout?
Yeah. I still very much enjoy ADCC and think it's my favorite tournament. But it would be interesting if we have a chance, maybe if we had Mo on the show one day.
Yeah, we're talking about that. That's going to be a possibility.
Yeah, maybe. It would be great to talk to him and figure out some of the answers to these questions.
I think we might have a little birdie say that's a possibility.
Yeah, we'll see.
So more to this. Let's talk about James Brosco for a little bit because that was fun. Poor James Brosco, man.
Yeah, so Mo blew up on James.
Yeah, because James has a valid point to talk about why he didn't get an invite. He's been in the last 3 ADCCs.
Yeah,
he's won the trials twice. I think he won 3 times or twice. I don't remember. And being the great warrior that he is, he wanted to be the guy to say, "Hey, look, man, I did all these great things." Like he even posted some pictures from the last ADCs where they were talking about him as being a possible bracket breaker and all this other shit like that. And then this year comes around and he didn't get an invite. So he has a valid point, I think, about why he didn't get an invite.
Well, I think Mo came back and said something about you're not an exciting grappler.
No, not at all. And James, I love you, man. Like I love James Brosco so much because he really is such a cool dude.
No, I love him too. He's a good friend. But
he gets in these fucking things where he just can't fucking let shit go.
Right.
And like, to be honest with you, James, like I love you so fucking much, dude. I do. I love you so much. But dude, like your performances in the last like 4 or 5 times I've seen you compete have not been meriting what should be acceptable to compete at the ADCC. That's just my opinion, man. And he's going to hate me for this and we'll probably fight over it. But that's just like facts are facts. Like when you didn't get the invite, you should have fucking threw one thing out there, put your head down and moved on with your life and been done with it. Because now even if you do get it, it's like a fucking, what does it mean? It's just like a fucking, like a consolation prize and shit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah. We'll talk to him. I'm sure we'll see him. He stops by my gym quite a bit now.
I know.
so.
I saw. He's probably, again, someone that we're not even though we're not going live, I'm guaranteed somehow or another he's watching this and he knows what we're talking about. but my phone's about to blow up any second now. But yeah, but they're giving James, they're running him through the fucking mill. I just saw something on Facebook that Josh Hanger is getting up in his shit now too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all over.
About what?
Well, Seth Daniels posted. I feel bad. I hate kicking.
Seth Daniels loves controversy, it seems
Yeah,
like.
he's like you. He's a little bitch. He likes to fucking spread shit around.
He's like me.
To stir that
you hear that? You hear
That's
that?
the truth. He likes to stir the fucking pot. Seth Daniels.
I like to stir the pot a little bit, not a lot.
I hate this shit. Oh, see, friends, I can never figure this.
See, we can fix this in post.
We can fix this in post, right? All the dead dragon areas. Jeff Daniels. He's actually on right now. So yeah, he posted there. It's unreal. It's unreal the amount of people trying to leech off the ADCC. He was bitching about people trying to get free shit out of him. And then Hanger wrote, I think James Brosker should get a free floor seat for being such an ADCC legend. And then it goes on and on. Seth said he's going into every bracket. And I bet no one can take him down. Poor Josh Hanger. Or poor fucking James Brosker. This is pretty funny. Somebody put 1-800-235-DEAD. You can see that. It's pretty funny. Actually, hold on. Maybe in post we can put that up in post.
All right. I forgot what we were talking about, but we have coffee now.
The magic of film editing. Coffee just appears into our hands. We were talking about Gordon Ryan and Nick Rodriguez in particular.
Were we?
A little bit. The Gordon Ryan show at ADCC this year.
Yeah, we mentioned that. He'll win.
It's going to be fun and interesting to see what happens after the Galvao Felipe match. Well, I mean, Gordon still has to win. I don't see why he wouldn't win the absolute. But I mean, fuck, dude. There's some amazing grapplers out there. He's got to get through all these guys. You know, I don't see why he wouldn't. But
Oh, that's right, because Felipe
won the absolute last year.
Right, but didn't he pull out because he got injured?
No, I think he's in it now. I think he's back in. I haven't seen anything definitely that says he's out, but he's back in it again. There was a rumor about that because Tex Johnson hurt his leg. He's in it. He's doing the final with Galvao, and this is supposed to be Galvao's final match.
I really thought that Felipe Pena was out.
I don't think so, man.
Well, let's look that
there
up.
would be discussion about that. Let's see. How do you spell it? Philly? Is it F-E-L or P-H? F-E-L. No. This is 10 hours ago. ADCC during the super fight. They just released him, like the video of Felipe Pena getting ready for the super fight.
Okay,
you know what I mean? See, yeah, they just released promo
Galvao's
footage.
going to do it?
So, yeah. So again, right. So when the winner of the absolute goes against the winner that wins the super fight the year after they won the absolute. Galvao's won the super fight after the absolute. I think this was his third year in a row or something like that. So he's going to be the first one to ever do it 4 times or 3 times or something, and retire as the greatest ADCC competitor of all time. But looming on the horizon is a young lad named Mr. Gordon Ryan, who I guarantee you will be stoking the fires of him to go one more time. So we'll have to see how that goes down. It's an interesting side story. Well, you know, and again though, here's the big thing, the caveat. Gordon Ryan still has to win, and as good as he is, he's still got to go out there and do it. I mean,
Right.
all roads point to him doing it, but who the fuck knows? You know, who knows?
Right.
And anything
Anything's
can happen. Anything can happen.
Any
in a
given
fight.
day. Any given Sunday.
Nick Rodriguez is another interesting one. I tell you, man, I don't know anybody. Who the fuck's gonna do anything to that kid? He's ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I think the only one that would be able to take him down would be Pachecha. I mean, who knows though? So like, a fucking 10-minute match is a long fucking match, man. You know what I mean? A lot of wrestling for 10 minutes. I don't know that anyone's gonna be
Nicky
able to
Rod versus Buchecha. What a thought! What a thought exercise.
God, I mean, it's too. I mean, Buchecha,
How old is Buchecha?
Buchecha is the only one that is.
How old is he?
He's getting there. I wouldn't say he's 30 yet, but he's pretty damn close. I don't know for sure, but he's close to 30.
He's still in his 20s?
He's still in his 20s. He's been killing it for years, but he's a baby. He was a baby. Like, he burst up like 18 is when he won his first fucking world championship, or 19 or something like that.
Interesting.
But he is the only one, I believe, that is physically imposing enough to be able to pose Nicky Rodriguez a legitimate threat, at least in a takedown area. I mean, Cyborg could sweep him. You know, Cyborg could catch him in a funky knee lock or something like that, or fucking, I don't see him being submitted, but Cyborg could sweep him. There are guys out there that could sweep him. I don't think Yuri Simonis is big enough to do anything to him, to tell you the truth. But Buchecha, I think, is the only one that really has a legitimate shot of being as physically imposing as Nicky is.
He did. He already did lose against Gordon Ryan, Yuri Simone. I believe they had a match.
Yeah, but again, that's a complete. We're talking about apples and oranges here.
Yeah.
We're talking about a technician versus. We're talking. Nicky Rodriguez is, he's a very technically savvy athlete, but he's also just a fucking. He's a beast in a fucking.
I'm so screwed up. I said Gordon Ryan.
Right. Yeah.
I meant Nicky Rod.
Nicky Rod. Right. I know. I've kind of figured what you're talking about. I just like the only
That's
thing I
some
laugh
strong
at,
coffee.
That kid's. Yeah, it is. I need it. I need the caffeine. That kid's amazing. You ever watch him fucking working out? He's a fucking beast.
Oh yeah.
I laugh about it. It's funny because I think to myself, like, what fucking gym does this kid work out at that they let him take his fucking shirt off? Like, what other gym in the world could you just go in there and get fucking buck naked and working out? And then I think to myself, well, I guess if you look like that, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do.
He just pulls out his Instagram follower account.
Right. It's probably not allowed, but everyone votes consensually. Like, everyone votes like, well, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, there's a consensus. Like, Nicky can do it. He's cool. Look at this kid. Look at him. Nick, if you listen, I love you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm one of your biggest fans. You're a fucking awesome.
Oh
kid,
yeah,
man.
he's awesome, man.
I hit him up on Instagram every time he puts some shit up there.
He's an awesome dude as well.
He is. He's a super good kid.
Who knows, man? Maybe he'll cartwheel way.
I'm following your train of thought.
Maybe
yeah.
he will cartwell pass his way into the fucking
I got you.
into the first place podium.
We worked through that one.
Yeah, that was.
It's
been a rough
I'm
day for
definitely excited to see him on that big stage and see how he really does against very, very high quality. Because the thing about heavyweight, but I mean, not the West Coast trial this year. He beat some good dudes in the West Coast trials. But the thing about the heavyweight division traditionally in the trials is it's not really that good. You know what I mean? They're not really the best guys. It's kind of what, I don't want to say that, but and I don't mean that heavyweights. I love you guys. Don't take that the wrong way, but
yeah, you get some big people mad at you.
That's
now.
kind of the guys will generally go up to heavyweight if they're on that fence, because the quality of jiu-jitsu at the heavyweight division isn't as good. I mean, now when you get to the ultra elite guys in the ADCC, of course, you've got those guys that are there, but Tex Johnson did it this last ADCC. He went up.
Yeah.
But
and he murked everybody.
God, I remember I had to have that super fight with him.
I was trying to coach a guy, Aaron, Andrew Teve, was going against Tex, and I knew what Tex was going to do to him.
Right.
Like, bro, he's going to elevate you. He's going to leg lock you.
Yeah,
you need to listen to me.
Yeah, right.
And I worked with him for a few minutes, literally like 2 minutes, on how to avoid getting leg locked when somebody elevates you from butterfly guard. So he goes into his match, and what do you think happens?
He gets elevated and fucking leg locked.
He gets elevated, and he Superman's out like I told him, but then he just kind of forgot what to do. And then he just kind of landed in some weird way, and Texas grabbed up one of his legs. And
that's right, you were there too.
Yeah, I was coaching him.
You were there too. You were there for Werther, right?
Yeah, I was there for Werther, but I also coached
right.
Andrew. And it was just funny because it was I was like, oh my God, he listened to me and it's working. And then all of a sudden, it was like a deer in the headlights kind of look came over his face, and he fell down in some weird way, and Tex grabbed his leg up and leg locked him.
You're not going to learn leg lock defense against a guy like Tex Johnson
in a 5-minute
window,
lesson.
in a 5-minute lesson before your fucking match.
I mean, we tried, man. That's what I could do. I just bro, I know exactly what he's gonna do.
God, I remember that. I was watching that. I had a super fight with him 2 weeks later. And I remember just watching it, thinking about a feeling of dread and just came over. It was he just literally ripped off fucking 4 dudes' legs and
You did well against Tex.
I did well with him, but it was that's the point of the story. It was just the ensuing dread of thinking about having to go against that fucking monster. Plus, he had fucking shit. He was a fucking monster giant. Probably.
I rolled with him. I rolled with him at Gracie Bradenton. He's a beast,
dude. He is. I've never seen anyone that unmovable from their butterfly guard.
Did you see the look on his face when he tapped out Felipe Pena?
Oh yeah, he didn't believe. That's why
I don't think
he took some shit for holding that leg lock a little bit longer than he should have. But I honestly still don't think he realized. Like he was like, I can't believe I got this. I can't believe it. I can't believe I said even when it was over. I can't believe I just touched his.
I think he needed somebody to pinch him to let him know he was awake.
It's a shame too, man. All that fucking bullshit went down for him. It's still fucking unproven and unknown, and it kind of killed all.
He
his
doesn't want us. He doesn't want us to even.
Yeah, I know. It just sucks. Regardless of what happened, Dex is a good fucking dude, I guess, man. I don't fucking know, man. Shit.
I'll just cut it in post.
Edit it out in post. Talk about fucking. We might have to edit out the shit I talked about Dan Martinez too. I don't know if I'm supposed to be out. If that's supposed to be public knowledge, but whatever. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? Nobody gives a fuck. Fucking gives a fuck about me anyway.
I'm gonna start it right there. Nobody gives a fuck about me anyway.
No one's listening to this shit. What the fuck? It's so funny how crazy my diseased mind works. I've been going to counseling, and it's been helping me through things like that I've gone through in the past. It's helped. But I feel like a better person.
Let me help feed your ego.
All right, let's talk.
You've had two now.
Uh-huh.
You've had two of these matches where you've lost the match, but it's shown people like, holy fuck, like,
oh yeah,
Kevin should be on the big stage.
Yeah,
and one was with Boogie.
Yeah.
And the other one was with Tex Johnson.
I beat some pretty good guys. I beat Elliot Kelly too. He was a big name. I beat him in trials last year.
And it's like, yo, you didn't get submitted. You lost by quickest escape. And with Tex, it was like, what, 7 seconds difference?
Yeah, it was close. Just going one armbar. One armbar was the difference. If I would have took the back, I would have won. Yeah. It is what it is. He got out. Took the armbar and he got out so quick. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, man, it's funny you say things like that because, and again, I talk about my whole desire of becoming a jiu-jitsu athlete I'm starting to come to terms with
your aging.
Yeah,
pirate.
well, not even so much that, like the reality of what it means to really be a jiu-jitsu athlete. And at the end of the day, like, it's cool, it's fun. I get a free trip to San Diego, but I'm not really fucking like, I'm not really going to be breaking through like fucking Josh Hanger or fucking, Gordon Ryan here anytime soon. I might be able to make a buck off of who I am here and there, but like, it's always going to be kind of a hustle. There's a freeing aspect of that. I feel cool about it.
Can I give you some free advice?
Yes. Open up a gym.
Open up a gym.
Thank you very much.
I'm doing better than I've ever done in my entire life when it comes to paychecks, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm
happy doing what I love.
That is in the works, ladies and gentlemen. It will not be too much longer. Trust me. I'm very, very focused.
Competing.
I'm very, very. Well, I still love to compete, and I'm going to continue to do it because I love it. Because I love to travel and I love to go out there and be on big
That's you, man. That's your personality,
right? But what I'm doing it for now.
Take a break.
No, what I'm doing it for now is just the love of all those. It's funny, like I'm thinking I've had the last 6 months of my life have been such a very revealing part of my life. I've really gone through a lot of shit. Sonny knows some shit about it. I won't talk about it, but like I've gone through some things and kind of like found out new things about myself, and I feel like a better person because of it. And one of the things is
are we talking about the time you woke up in the back seat of the car with the guy?
Well, that's but we worked through that. I mean,
all right.
He was not.
That wasn't an issue.
No pregnancy. It's fine. I'm gay. We're cool with it, right? Everybody's gay. Right? I mean, I figured everybody knew anyway. It's so funny. There's gonna be some people that watch this that really think that's true. I'm not gay. It's cool, just FYI. But there wouldn't be anything wrong with that if I was. Am I backing myself out of that one good enough?
I don't know, but with my editing, you're going to look like such a homophobe.
I'll fix that in post. Sonny's like, damn right, we'll fix that in post.
Yeah. You're going to be getting phone calls.
The overall point I'm trying to make is this, is like, I am doing these things that we're doing related to jiu-jitsu with the auspice of possibly making a buck out of it or making some, but I'm enjoying it more than anything else. And I'm having more fun doing these things than ever.
Sure, man.
Like, it's cool that maybe
you get to go fly around places.
I get to go to San Diego,
hang around with jiu-jitsu royalty.
Fuck yeah, dude! It's pretty fucking cool.
It's like
man.
you get to go train with cool guys, meet new people, dude. I get it. I get it.
And understanding that it's helping me kind of feel cooler without having to be overbearing about it, that like there was a certain like anxiety of like, oh God, I got to do this, I got to do that. But now I kind of sit back and I realize, you know what, man, I am doing cool shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just be cool with it. I'm doing some pretty cool fucking shit.
Right.
You know, so whatever. Why make?
And
it a
you're
big deal?
winning, man. I mean,
I'm winning. I'm still fucking winning, man.
Like, that's the thing. Like I think out of the last 5 to 10 matches, I think you've lost.
I've crushed it
once.
I'm crushed it. I don't fucking lose, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like, and I don't say that. Like, I mean, there are guys out there who are better than me, absolutely, of course. But like, I've been doing for what I've been doing. I've been doing pretty well, and I'm submitting people now.
I mean,
I'm submitting people now, which is making me happy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I've been finishing people, which is something I haven't done in the past, and people might have had some knocks on me.
Right, right.
Begins and finishes.
You've evolved your game since black belt.
Right.
The last
I'm one
3 years or so.
One win on one of these big fucking like the Boogie match I wasn't really ready for Boogie yet, but the Boogie match I could have beat Tex. Or the one I think about is that fight to win where I had to heel hook. I would have won the fight to win. Fucking light heavyweight Vitor Schlosser, who's a super tough fucking dude, man.
I'm better you than me because I was supposed to go against that guy.
Beast, dude.
Brasco was trying to set me up with a match with him, but the guy, it was. I said I'll do it at 205.
Yeah,
and the guy
he's too big to hit 205.
And the guy didn't. Yeah, the guy didn't. He said I can't come down and wait, so the match never happened.
He's a beast, dude. He's tough. At 205, you might have had a shot with him because he would have been sucked out a little bit. I went against him at was it 205 or was it 210? We went against each other. Maybe 205. He cut a lot of weight and it showed.
He looked way bigger than you.
He's a big boy. He's big.
Yeah.
He's super big. In this fight to win match, he's a big kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's fun. We got a lot of respect for each other. I love Vitor a lot. He's a good dude, man.
Well, anyway.
What
else?
I mean, there's a couple cool little things going on. Keenan Cornelius is in jeopardy for his ADCC.
He's got the pink eye.
Yeah, but it's not pink eye. It's conjunctivitis, which is way worse than pink eye. It's like a fucking juiced up version.
He doesn't read my DMs, and I try to tell him not to go down to Laos and play with those girls down there. I know they're cheap.
This is a viral infection. It's a little bit different than pink eye. I did a little bit of research on it. Conjunctivitis is a viral infection, whereas pink eye is like you get it from some kind of fecal matter in your eye, is what they say.
Usually in Laos.
Usually in Laos. Right. Laos and fecal matter. when we go back, there'll be some aerial footage of Laos for us. the job in the crop in there. But he was super pissed. I saw he posted something up on. This is something we can talk about. He posted something up on Instagram, damning the person that brought this hideous disease to him. It was kind of funny. It was a picture of him with glasses on and like a fucking napkin over his eye or some shit like that. And there was the whole post read like, if you're fucking sick, stay home. If you have an oozing pink eye, you shouldn't be in the gym, because apparently this conjunctivitis is like ridiculously contagious. Like it's super, super contagious.
Nobody noticed. He didn't notice he was rolling with somebody that had.
Well, I mean, it could, because this is so contagious, the guy wouldn't even have to have been in the room. It could just be like an outbreak. So now they're worried about like a lot of people in Enzo's getting sick with it. It's kind of funny. I have an insider that told me that they had an outbreak of it at Atos not too long ago, and Keenan was also used to train at Atos and live with Josh Hinger, but that's just an inside story. I won't tell you where I get my information from, but I'll never divulge my sources.
I know who your source is.
He'll kill me if I say anything, but that's a little more fun for the intrigue. But the point of the matter is Keenan made a big statement about if you're sick or you have ailments that are contagious to other people, skin infections and whatnot, stay away from the gym. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, if you're sick, fuck off.
Fuck off. Don't come to the fucking gym.
Stay the fuck home, man.
If you got ringworm, fucking go take care of that shit. You'll be fucking fine.
Go to the doctor and get a shot or whatever you need to do. Take your fucking antibiotics and fuck off and come back later.
Skin infections are an unfortunate side effect of doing grappling. It's just everyone is going to. You ever had a ringworm or staph infection? Yeah, everybody fucking gets it. It sucks.
I've had staph once and I've had ringworm twice.
Dude, I had a fucking horrible.
That's not bad for 12 years.
That's not too bad. I've had ringworm a few times. I had a horrible staph infection in my knee one time. I had to go to the emergency room and get I had staph. It was just on the outside skin. Yeah, I think they caught it early enough, which was my only fucking saving grape. This is nuts. So I had
your saving grape.
Grape. I know you like that. So it started off as like a little ingrown hair, and I remember I was at work, and it kind of hurt to the touch a little bit, like a pimple. You know, I would knock it or I'd hit it wrong, and it would kind of hurt a little bit. That was at like 4 o'clock. Throughout the course of the night, the pain started to increase to the point to where I couldn't bend my knee, and like every time I would graze it on something, because now it's swelled up, every time I would touch it with something, it would be the most excruciating pain imaginable. So by midnight at work, 1 o'clock at work, literally my knee was fucking huge. So in 4 hours, it went from just a little fucking zit to like this giant inflamed fucking area. So I went to the ER, and luckily I got there quick enough because they were able to do shit about it, but they gave me that crazy intravenous antibiotic, and they gave me pills to take, they gave me fluids, they gave me the whole fucking thing.
Wow.
And it was crazy. My knee went like boom. It was huge.
Well, remember when Rob got it?
Yeah, Rob's still fucking with it, I think. I think Rob had something kind of pop back up on him again and shit, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think not so much, but I heard that they were worried about it kind of coming back inside of his bone structure and shit.
Jeez.
Yeah, but anyway. But he's doing good, man. So the point of the matter is like fucking
Stay the fuck home.
Stay the fuck home, man. Like, you're gonna get this shit, and like, believe me, your jiu-jitsu. Yeah, does it suck that you can't train for fucking 2 weeks? Yeah, it fucking sucks. But fuck you. You're the fucking asshole that caught it. Don't give it to everybody else. Stay home. Sorry, you lost the fucking
and
lottery.
There's another one I hate. I got it from the Mets. No, you got it because you didn't wash
you
yourself.
got it because you didn't take a shower, or you got it because fucking assholes were coming in and bringing the fucking shit inside. But that's that's the key. I'll say one thing about Matt. Matt's the only person I've ever known, and I don't believe this because he has had one before, but he got it in he got it in Brazil. He got a nasty fucking thing when he did the ADCC in Brazil. Matt's never had he's never had a staph infection, never had ringworm, and the reason is because as soon as he gets off the mat, he takes a shower. Like, and that's the key, because it takes a little time for these, unless you're in a compromised immune system, it takes a little time for these bacteria to start to break through the epidermis and take root in your skin cells. So the quicker the shower, you fucking get this shit off. So the idea is like, don't be that dude. Like, don't train your ass off and go eat lunch, then fuck off and walk around. Like, go fucking home and take a shower, you dirty motherfucker. That's how you catch ringworm. Matt never catches it because he always takes a shower as soon as he gets done. And he tells me that all the time.
Well, here's love to Keenan. Let's send our prayers and our hopes and everything.
Yeah, it would suck if he doesn't get to fucking compete, man. He's been training out there with Danaher's guys.
Wish him a safe recovery.
He's talking about let's talk like he's been talking shit about the Danaher guys. Like, they're the fucking, like, John Danaher is like the next coming of Christ, man. He literally he's out there training with Gordon Ryan. Gordon Ryan, it's hard not to deny what Danaher does. Everyone talks about him like he's a genius. Like Keenan Cornelius, and granted, Keenan might be a little bit bitter still about leaving Atos, but in trying to show everybody like how much better that he is now that he's training someplace else. I still don't know about that kid's psychology.
So
sometimes.
what's the story? I thought he was starting a gym, but
I thought he was too. Apparently, he's not starting a gym now. He trains out with Hinzo's. He's in New York training at Hinzo's.
To New York.
I don't know that he moved there, but he's been training at Hinzo's for this ADCC. He's probably going to end up moving out there because he's in love with Hinzo Gracie, or he's in love with John Danaher.
Right.
He thinks that John Danaher has revolutionized the no-gi game, and he's going to live there in harmony with Gordon Ryan and make fucking superhuman fucking zombies and shit. I don't know.
Cool.
What do you think about that? What do you think about John Danaher? Tell me some of the things about John Danaher.
I think his systems are pretty proven. You know, I mean,
do you think he's the end all be all? Do you think that if you're not doing Danaher shit, you're not doing jiu-jitsu anymore? Or you're not going to be able to compete? No, that's kind of the and granted, they're his boys, but that's kind of the platform that Gordon Ryan and even Keenan Cornelius is starting to use. Like, if you're not doing Danaher shit, you're not fucking, your jiu-jitsu sucks. That's pretty much what they say.
Well, I think that it's hard for me to say because, like, I use Danaher's leg lock system.
Right.
You know, like, I watch the DVDs and I teach the system at my gym.
Yeah, I need to watch that shit. I just can't stand his fucking voice. I swear to you, man. His voice, like, sets me off. It, like, triggers me. I can't listen to that fucker talk.
It's hilarious.
He's got this weird, like...
He's actually sitting watching this right now.
We can see whatever fucking one of them. Shit. He's got this weird, like, throaty, breathy lisp that just kind of like comes out in odd fucking manner, and it's difficult for me to listen to. Like, it fucking like makes my eyeballs roll. It's like fucking nails going down the fucking screen.
He's a little long-winded sometimes, but
I can dig that. I can dig that, but like,
well, of course you can. But
I like other people to talk. I want to talk. Everybody else shut the fuck up. That's funny.
But I kind of agree with it to some degree. Like, I think jiu-jitsu is evolving, and I think a big part of that evolution is coming out of the Renzo Gracie basement.
Yeah, of course.
And I think if you're not if you're not looking at what they're doing, then you're going to miss out. You're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good idea. I mean, hey, they're not paying me $1, not $1 to say this, but I think if you want to keep up and or excel in the jiu-jitsu scene, buy the Danaher DVDs, buy the Gordon Ryan DVDs, man.
Yeah,
it's good shit. I've gotten 2. I've gotten the Danaher leg lock DVD, and I got the Gordon Ryan passing DVD.
Yeah,
and I use elements from both, and it's very difficult because it's a lot of material actually. So I haven't I finished the leg lock DVD. I gotten through everything on that, but I have to go back and watch it.
That's the one I really want to watch. I should watch that just to think. So it's funny because like in secondhand on secondhand information, some of the things that I listen to John Danaher say and some of the things that I hear people talk about when they talk about John Danaher, I am now starting to at least recognize them, particularly in my leg lock executions, like understanding what the real function of an ashi is. It's the pinning motion of it and the idea of creating a wedge or whatever it is that isolates the top half of the leg from the bottom half of the leg. You follow what I'm talking about? And as I'm starting to realize what the functions of these are, I'm starting to learn how leg locks and ashis and the braking mechanics and things like that are starting to make sense and implement that in my leg lock game. Josh LeDuc, I spent like half an hour with Josh LeDuc one day, and he helped me out a great deal with my braking mechanics. Josh LeDuc, I love that kid. He's fucking, as much as I want to hate him, he's a good dude. He knows a lot of shit. I love fucking with Josh. It's
always a backhanded compliment.
I love fucking with Josh.
It's always backhanded.
I love fucking with Josh. I love that kid.
Yeah, and after watching the Danaher DVDs, I started playing around with some of my own ideas and like different ways of like putting together laces, and I like the idea of, when it comes to leg locks, it's like upper body jiu-jitsu. You're not going to just go for an armbar from the guard.
Right.
You're going to have to go for an armbar from the guard into an omoplata, into a triangle, and then maybe, right?
Next down the funnel.
So, like, I like to play with this idea of, like, grabbing a lace, switching to another lace, switching to a third lace, then attacking.
Yeah.
So it's confusing for the person.
Right. And it keeps them guessing.
Yeah.
And they don't have time to completely alter or get back into the mindset.
Right. So, I've been playing around with that idea, and it's been working out for me. But I also still rely on Old Faithful, the belly down ankle lock.
Belly down ankle lock. See, that's one I want to get better at, man. That's my goal, to get better at straight ankle locks. Because I fear straight ankle locks more than I feel any other leg lock right now, and that's not completely true. And the reason being is you don't need a lace, and the reason being is because I have gotten to a point now from training with leg lock guys that I feel very confident and competent in my ability to lace, not lace or pummel my feet in and out and clear the knee line from fucking straight ankle locks and be able to get my foot free, or not straight ankle locks, but heel hooks. But when someone has a straight ankle lock and they get on that foot, like, you're in trouble. There's no clearing the knee line anymore. Quickly. You got to react very quickly. I use this analogy. I put it on Facebook one time that, like, straight ankle locks are the guillotine of leg locks.
Yeah.
So in other words, like, there's a million technical ways to finish a leg, or to finish a guillotine. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But, like, at the end of the day, if you just grab somebody's head and you squeeze the fuck out of it, right. If you're a meathead and you grab somebody's head and you squeeze it, they're going to tap eventually.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same thing with straight ankle lock. There are a million technical ways to finish a straight ankle lock, but at the end of the day, if you grab that fucking thing and you crank on it, you can rip somebody's leg off if you're a big, strong dude.
Yeah. I got a guy in my gym, Jay Ayler. Whew.
I know that. Yeah, I think he comes. Does he come?
You
from-
rolled with him
I
once.
rolled with him.
If he gets a hold
yeah,
of your
I know
ankle-
exactly. He's a brown belt.
Yeah.
He's the guy who always wants to hug me.
Yeah.
He's the fucking
Yes.
invade my personal space guy.
Yes.
He's watching this. He's gonna laugh
Yeah.
about it. He loves that
And,
shit.
and by the way,
he gets
that
right up
is
into your grill.
So true.
It's so he has no understanding of personal
he
space
knows
or
what he's
boundaries.
doing.
I think he does too.
He
It's
knows
great.
exactly
bless
what
his
he's
heart.
doing.
Bless his heart. There's a few things I also want to talk about. We can get to it later. The Third Coast Grappling is going to open it up. They're going to do a new streaming site. Let you buy events.
Oh, the a la carte, yeah, to compete with Flow Grappling.
That's pretty
that'll be
cool.
interesting.
That'll be interesting to see how that takes off.
Flow Grappling needs a competitor as much as
Yeah.
as much as
Competition makes everything good.
As cool as they are, competition will make everything better.
Competition makes everything better.
So,
All right, you want to give a shout out to our sponsors again, real quick? Get
yeah,
the fuck
no
out of here.
judges needed. OTB Delight,
And then
Cafe,
Professor Cool.
and Professor Cool.
OMGH are our discounts for all of those, and you can call Professor Cool directly or hit up his website at professorcool.com. So this is our first episode recorded. We're going to go through and edit all this shit and
Yep.
hopefully put together a nice little show for you.
Yep.
I think we're going to have some. This should be fun. We'll see what the next the video of these things look like in the future. If any of you guys even fucking watch the videos, probably not. We're giving ourselves way too much credit. No one gives a fuck about this shit. They're going to listen. Everyone listens to the audio.